Hello, all. Welcome to rotterness.com. In this session, we'll discuss about creation of the purchase order using SOAP service, fetching the purchase order using SOAP service, as well as attaching the attachment to the PO using a SOAP web service. Okay, so let us understand how do you get the visible details of the SOAP web service of the Fusion. So the first thing is just go to docs.oracle.com, and here if you observe, just click on Cloud Applications. So when you click on cloud applications, it will tell you, it will provide you the information about the links for each particular module or application, you can call it as. So here if you observe this one, human capital management, enterprise resource planning, and this is the supply chain management. So click on procurement. So once you click on procurement, so now in our case, we want to perform the integration, right? Nothing but we want to create a purchase order using web service. So whenever you want to perform something using a web service, so the thing is you want to integrate external system with the Fusion. So you have to click on integrate. So once you click on integrate, it provides you the documentation for the purpose of SOAP web services as well as REST web services. So here if you observe in my case, so I'll just click on a SOAP web service. So once you click on SOAP web service link, so it will provide you the list of web services which are available for the procurement cloud for the SOAP web service. So you can just click on, you just expand this, and here if you observe purchase order version 2. So just click on this purchase order version 2. So you'll find the visual information of the purchase order version 2 here. So this is the web service which we are using today. Okay, so just copy this particular service wisdom. So once you have the information of this service wisdom, the next thing what you have to do is you have to replace the server name. You have to replace your server name with the cloud, your particular cloud instance URL. In my case, my cloud instance URL is this one. Cloud instance URL is this one. So I have to replace the server name, HTTPS server name with this one. And the remaining SCM service and the purchase order of service version 2 visual, it will be as it is. Okay. So once you got the visual details, what you can do is, so in our case, we are not doing an end-to-end integration. We just want to simply perform a single integration. Nothing but you just want to kick the web service in some sample data and then see how it works. Okay. So then what we have to do is just go to the SOAP UI. In my case, now what I'll do is, let us say I'll just copy this one, right? So and then FSCM service. Okay. Now you got the visual of the PO, right? So this is a PO visual. So now then open the SOAP UI. Okay. Test procurement, PO creation, procurement, test using SOAP. Okay. Now mention this one and press enter. So it will load the set of operations which are available in this particular visual into your SOAP. Now you have to find out which operation you have to invoke for the purpose of creation of the web service. So not only creation, so generally it all depends upon which particular vessel you're using, and it will have the appropriate operation based on the requirement of the user. Like it may have a create, it may have an update, or it may have a delete, or like that, or it may have some acknowledgement purpose and all those things. So in this case here, if you observe, you can select this particular thing like a purchase order services SOAP HTTP, right? So in this here, if you observe, we have create purchase order. Okay, so this is one thing we want to use it, and also we have one more thing we want to use it. It's called find purchase order by order number. Okay, so now the first thing is, like, whenever you want to create a web service, whenever you want to create any data, the basic thing you require whenever you want to create a purchase order in the SOAP system, in the Fusion instance, you require a test data, right? So if you are not aware of what kind of IDs it requires, one more important thing is, let us say if you observe the purchase order in the instance. So to create any purchase order in the instance, you require some set of IDs like BU ID, supplier ID, supplier site ID, some kind of dates and line ID and line information, ship to location ID. So some set of IDs you require. The basic thing what you can do is just create the purchase order in the UI. Okay, create the purchase order in the UI. You can just click on home procurement, and once you navigate to the purchase order screen, you can just create a purchase order. Okay, and fetch the purchase order. In my case here, if you observe, I'll just try to show you one example of how I perform the fetch operation. Find purchase order by number. It just requires very minimal element of fields. So here, if you observe, I mentioned the purchase order number, sold to legal entity ID, and sold to legal entity name. So you don't require both actually. You can just mention only one. Okay, and then you require this particular attribute also. Now I'll just try to mention this one 164019. Okay. Now you can just press Alt Enter. Okay, it is giving some failed security check, right? So what you can do is just remove this token. So this kind of security is required when you are trying to invoke a secure web service from the SOAP. Okay, just remove this particular security token and again add it. Just give some. It will perform the fetch. Now here, if you observe, you receive good amount of IDs from this one, right? You receive good amount of IDs, which are generally required for creation of a sample web service. Just copy this particular response and then prepare the creation payload. So now to create a purchase order, we have to use a create purchase order method, right? So now here if you observe the sample create purchase order payload, it also requires some set of minimal elements, but it requires good amount of IDs, right? Like at the header level, at the line level, as well as at the schedule level also. Okay, once you got the information of that particular, like based on the response which you receive from your purchase order response, right, then prepare the create purchase order payload. Okay, now I'll just navigate the create purchase order request. So here if you observe, so expand this one. Okay, so you have all these elements and I just press alt enter. Yeah, again here also you got the same issue. So remove the security, checking this one, add up again, timestamp. Okay, yeah, this generally takes at least 1 minute. Okay, very good. I was thinking it will take good amount of time, but okay. So it creates a purchase order with this number 164020. We'll navigate here, just search here, click on the magnifying glass one. One minute. Or you can validate from the BI also. There are a number of ways you can validate. Now I can show you from the BI. You can just see like new one, test two, right? Select segment one, new header ID, creation date, right? Now let's see like what kind of, I mean, which all data it shows, right? So this is one of the best way to validate the data creation. Can you see the 164020 got just created just now? We can try one more thing again, right? I'll just rerun this one. So it will create a new purchase order with 21 probably, if no one creates the purchase order in the middle, right? Yep, perfectly. It created a 164021 purchase order. We can just check it from the UI, I mean the BI also, right? It got created 164021. So now we have just seen very simple purchase order creation using SOAP UI. Now we'll just show you one more task, like how do we attach the documents? It can be anything. It's a text attachment, URL attachment, image attachment to the people. Okay. Now, so this is a web service. We have to use it for the purpose of attaching the documents to the people. ERP object attachment. One more important thing is this object attachment supports only SOAP web service. Like if at all, if your PO is created using SOAP, then only it will allow you to attach the documents to SOAP web service. And also there are some set of criteria for attaching them. So we always need to just check the appropriate medallion documents for that. Now I'll just show you how do we attach it, right? So this also requires very minimal amount of parameters, right? Okay, so upload attachment. So here if you observe, it just requires this thing, your entity name, category name, and user key A is nothing but P1 number. User key B is nothing but, like this one. Sold to legal entity, okay? It requires sold to legal entity. Now I'll just mention 164020 is my P1 number, okay? And then the sold to legal entity is same, so nothing to change. And here if you observe, I mentioned the attachment type is file and mention the content in the base64 format, okay? So you just need to observe, like here based on the attachment type, if it is a URL, you need to mention the other thing. If it is a if it's another kind of attachment, you have to be, let us say if it's just a text, right, you'll have a different kind of set of parameters, okay? And you can attach multiple documents here. Again, I'll just remove this one before calling the web service. Timestamp. Press enter. Okay, so attachment succeeded. So one more important thing is, like this payload, the response is just succeeded. Now everything is okay, just say succeeded, let us say. And one more thing. Now what we can do is, let us say whether this attachment is really attached or not. What you can do is, again, you can validate from the website, like using this particular query itself. There are a number of ways, but I just feel, like using from database point of view, it is always a fast thing to validate. Now I can just mention my P1 number here, 20. Okay, data. Right? Can you see the sample.txt? I'll try to attach one more document with the sample2.txt. Press Alt Enter. Let's see. Okay, it got attached, right? Hopefully, there is no error, right? Again, I'll try one more attachment. Alt Enter. The web service is getting invoked. So yeah, now go back to the BI and check out that, like for this particular PO, we should see 3 attachments totally, right? Sample 1, and sample 2 as well as sample 3. So this is how we can validate, like this is how we can attach the documents using the ERP object attachment. Okay, so like we have seen 3 web services. One is for the purpose of fetch, creation, as well as the attachment one. Okay, so if we also have the REST APIs which are available for the purchase order. And here, if you observe the draft purchase order, if at all, if you want to create a purchase order in draft version, you can just see this one: creation of header, and you have a creation of lines, and some other, like some other possibilities also you also have there. Okay, thank you.